Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm bringing you a beginner friendly tutorial. So as you can see by the title, I literally did not know what to film and I'm like, wait, I haven't filmed a really simple beginner friendly video for my girls out there that like to be more natural, more than glam. So this video includes all drugstore products, which you guys already know, I'm obsessed with drugstore products. I always say, do not go overboard with makeup prices. If you can literally go to your Walmart, Target, any local drugstore and purchase amazing products for cheaper price. Is the makeup look that I created with all drugstore products, guys. It is super easy and quick. I also show you guys tips and tricks and also like kind of what I know, my knowledge about making your makeup experience even a little better than what you know. So stay tuned and keep on watching. So starting off, like you see, I have nothing on my face, no brows, no nothing, which I feel super weird. You guys know that I cannot stand when my brows are not done, especially in video, and also because they take forever to do. So that's why I always get them done and over with off camera. You guys know that this is my holy grail and I will forever use this. It's the e.l.f. Dip Pomade. I feel like I talk about this all the time, but it's so important to me because I used to use the Anastasia one, which is still great, but if you can find a cheaper version, and which is this one, why not just buy it? This was, I believe, $3. So it is super affordable. Now what I usually use is my Anastasia brush, the one that comes with the spoolie on the one side and the the brush end on the other side, but this is not drugstore. So I like to use my Milani one. It's the same concept basically, it's just one is smaller than the other. The Milani one that I got came with a pomade, which I think I still have. No, I actually threw it away because it was really old, but I still kept the brush and it comes in clutch. So you guys are more of a pencil lover, so this one is by e.l.f. as well, and I swear this is not sponsored by any of these brands. I just really love e.l.f. as a drugstore brand. And this one is the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, and this one is in shade Natural Brown. This one is also in shade Medium Brown. The pomade and then the pencil. So the pencil comes with a spoolie on one side and the product on the other side. It is super convenient to outline your brows and then go in with the pomade and fill them in. This video is going to be like forever long, but that is perfectly fine because I literally want to show you guys all the tips and tricks that I know to do your simple makeup. And my girls out there that don't know the basics of applying makeup or just want to learn more information about it, this is the video for you guys. I like to outline my brow first, so starting at the bottom and just kind of outlining where my brow hairs are missing. So basically that is the outline. I have like a bunch of hairs missing on my top brow, so that's why I kind of overline my brows a little more on the top. So jumping on to the next brow, I do the same thing. I hate my top brow. I feel like I don't have no type of hair, so I have to like extra overline on the top. The bottom is perfectly fine. Like just a tiny bit, but the top is the one that always gets on my nerves because I try to make them like the sister twins, but I swear they're never sisters. They're always like the opposite. Ugh. I'm gonna go in with my pomade, and what I like to do, I don't like to like go in, I kind of like to dig some out with my brush. Back of my hand, I like to just apply it and really run my brush through so it won't be like as chunky. Go in and I'm gonna start filling in my brow. Like halfway in, I like to stop because then I like to just brush my hairs out, kind of to create a gradient effect between like my front brow and my end brow. We always want the end of the brow to be a little more darker than the front, so that's why I like to always brush it out. This brush, like I said, is really old, so my spoolie is not really cooperating, so I'm just gonna go in with my pencil spoolie and just really brush out the product. And now everything just depends on how big you want your arch or how thick you want them. I basically just always do them like this, and I always have like my side mirror to, like my big mirror I mean, to just really look and see like, okay, they look the same. Now my brows, I like to go in with the NYX Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Porcelain. It also comes with a little pot. I got mine at Target, I believe. So with this, I like to go in, it's like a concealer, so basically, you know, you pick your concealer a shade or 2 shades lighter than what your usual foundation shade is. I like to go with a flat brush. This flat brush is by Bella Pro. I believe I got this one at TJ Maxx. I'm trying to use all drugstore brand brushes, but what I like to do, I just like to go on the bottom and like outline my brows and just clean them up. The concealer is done. This is how it's gonna look like. It's a little crazy, but just drag it down to your lid. You can prime your eyelids with this concealer. I personally don't. I feel like it doesn't give me enough coverage to really cover up my veins. I'm so white that you can literally see all my veins, which are, it's really disgusting. So for that part, I like to go in with a regular concealer. A concealer that I definitely recommend from the drugstore is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I repurchased this because I stopped using it because I've just been obsessing over the ColourPop or the Tarte Shape concealer, and I don't know why I stopped using it. So this one is in shade 15, and I like to go in with my sponge. It's from LA Girl. LA Girl is a drugstore brand. Also, they are sold at Ulta, and they're super affordable. So just like I said, I'm going to go in with my concealer and prime my eyelids. Priming my eyelids is really important whenever it comes to applying eyeshadow. And also, just like I said, because I have like so many veins that I just want to cover that up. This is just going to help the process of eyeshadow to like, every eyeshadow that we apply to our eyelids, it's going to be blending more easy than what it would be without applying any concealer. The new trend is not to set our concealer because it makes your eyeshadow last longer, and then also it like makes your eyeshadow more intense, and like it brings out like the colors to the eyeshadow basically. But I do see a difference, and I have tried it, and it's actually, I do see a difference, guys. But for this video, I'm going to set my eyelids because I usually always do it. I'm going to go in with my translucent powder. Now this translucent powder is, I'll show you the cap, but it's my Air Sponge translucent powder. I use this all the time for my face, for my lids, and I purchased mine at Walmart. It's super affordable and it lasts forever. This is how it looks like, and mine is in translucent extra coverage. There is different shades, I believe there's 4, but this is the one that I use and I just really love. It does not give you flashbacks, so when you take a photo photography, you're set to go. I like to moisturize and really hydrate my face, and to that I like to use the Advanced Clinicals Chlorglin Instant Plumbing Serum, and I purchased this at my local TJ Maxx. I absolutely have been loving TJ Maxx for everything. I wasn't too sure how like this was gonna make my skin feel because I do have oily skin, but this is just like an extra hydration. It does not make my face feel oily or anything. So there is different kinds. I believe there's some for dry skin if you have dry skin, or if you have oily skin, this is the best one that I recommend. It is super hydrating. Just like I said, even if you have oily skin, you always have to hydrate your face, guys. Do not forget that. Back to my eyeshadow, and for that I've been loving this Wet n Wild little eyeshadow palette. This one is in Rose in the Air. They recently came out with so many different kinds of eyeshadow palettes like this, and this is the only one I have, which I don't know why I haven't gone and purchased another one, but this is so pretty. It's up in my alley. I like these shadows a lot. For brushes today, I'm also going to be using Wet n Wild brushes. I purchased these from my local drugstore, so basically Walmart, Target, and even Dollar Tree has Wet n Wild brushes, which is amazing, guys. Amazing. I like to go in with a transition shade, which this palette actually helps you. This one and this one right here actually are engraved saying transition. So what I'm going to go in with this shade first and apply it to my crease to become a transition shade. Transition shade basically is like a base to the eyeshadow. It makes your eyeshadows all go in and blend in together. To apply this on the top part of my eyelid, so just about like right here, leaving some space between here and then also my lid space. I'm gonna zoom you guys just a tiny bit so you guys can see. So I'm gonna blend this out. It is fine if the shadow falls on your lid because we are going to go back in and apply a different shade. So this transition shade, you can build it up to however you want. If you want it to be more darker, build it up. I like to go in just like 2 to 3 times and building the shadow up. I know something, guys. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys agree that Morphe is a drugstore brand. I know some of their stuff, like for example their brushes, I'm obsessed with their brushes, and even like their eyeshadow palettes, I don't think they're really expensive. They're only about $22 and like a bunch of shades come in it in the eyeshadow palettes. And with the brushes, their brush quality is amazing and I cannot stop using it. So I didn't want to use this because I wasn't too sure if you guys agree with me that Morphe is a drugstore brand. After that shade, I'm going to go in with the second transition shade right here, and this one's more of like an orange shade. And the same brush, I'm going to be running this color in my crease as well. So basically the same place that I applied the other shadow, and we are going to start creating a dimension to the eye look and just creating more smokiness as well. So building this shadow up, and just like I said, you can build it up to as dark as you want it to be. I'm just gonna go in 2 or 3 times and blend it out. After your eyeshadow is well blended, we are going to just put up a dark shadow to really emphasize our outer corner, which is right about here, and creating dimension, kind of smokiness, just like I said with the shadow. I'm going to be going in with the brown shade right here. It's not really like a dark brown. Any color is buildable to the highest. So we're just going to go in with another Wet n Wild brush and go in with that brown shade and apply a little bit to the outer corner. And this is just going to create a little bit of smokiness to the eye. Remember to go back in and blend any harsh edge with any eyeshadow. Now you can really blend that brown shade and build it up higher to be like really dark, but it's all up to you guys and how you really want this eyeshadow to be. So now going in with another brush and just blending out any harsh edge. Make sure it's clean, guys. Now I'm going to go in with a flat brush. This is also from Wet n Wild, and I'm going to go in with the white shadow right here, and this one is going to go in my brow bone, which is up in here, and this is going to make my eyeshadow pop and my brow bone pop even more, and just feel like this is like, it makes the eye look a little cleaner. So always remember to apply like a white base or even like your highlight that you apply to your face, you can apply this on your brow bone to pop. For your lid right here, you want like something to pop, and I love using this shade right here. It's like a shimmery shadow and it's so beautiful, so beautiful. So I'm gonna, I feel like you can't really see, but it's really beautiful. So I'm gonna go in with the same flat brush that I use. I'm gonna go in and grab some of this shadow, and this is how it looks. Now with any type of shadow, I like to go in and wet my brush, and now this method is gonna help the eyeshadow to pop even more. So I like to just apply this to my lid, and you guys see this, like, it's so nice. I love this shadow. Wet the eyeshadow, you can use your setting spray, you can use any type of water to just really emphasize the shadow. With the brown shadow, and I'm gonna also apply it and kind of like bring it in a little bit to create a gradient effect, so we can blend out the harsh edge between the brown shadow and the shimmery shadow. Eyelashes, this also depends on how you are comfortable. A lot of people wear falsies just like myself. A lot of people just apply some mascara. So this is either or. For today's video, I'm going to apply some falsies, natural eyelashes actually. And these ones are by Kiss in number 11. These are my favorite ones. As you can see, I've used this so many times. These are very natural, so these are like the best ones that I recommend for beginners that want to start trying out eyelashes and start just figuring out if you like how they look or if you don't like how they look. Go in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. This one is my OG mascara. I've used it since I was starting makeup, so since forever ago. I just feel like this makes my eyelashes look longer, and like the volume, like it says, is bomb, guys, bomb. I feel like the best eyelash glue I recommend to everyone is Salon Perfect. It literally says Salon Perfect, and you can get this at Walmart. I got mine. Usually while I let my eyelash dry up a little, I'm going to prime my face so it can really like sink into my face. So for primer today, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild primer. This primer just smooths out my pores and just smooths out my face in general, and it literally makes my foundation look so good. So I'm going to apply some to my nose area, which is like right here, which I have like the most like pores, and this like smooths out my pores, so that's why I really like it. Also a little bit on my chin and just a tad bit on my forehead. If I have any, I'll just apply to my cheeks, but mostly focusing this on my pore area, which is my nose. This is hard. So to apply my falsies, I'm just gonna grab them with some tweezers. I feel like this is the best way to apply your false eyelashes. Make sure the glue is tacky. I'm gonna close my eye and I'm just gonna apply. So it comes with a pump, and this one is in shade 110 Porcelain because I'm so white, guys. Super white. So what I like to do, I just like to squeeze some in the back of my hand, about like 2 pumps or so, and just dot this all over my face. And like I said, this is super full coverage, so this is perfect if you have any breakouts. And I feel like this is a little too, I know it's gonna look a little too white on me, but I swear this is my shade. This is how my rest of my body is, but I just love going a shade up usually so I won't look as pale, but we're gonna go with the real drill today. So I like to go in with my sponge and just blend this all out. You can either do a sponge or a brush, but I prefer the sponge. And look at that coverage. Yes, boo, yes. After foundation, I like to go in with my concealer. So the same one I used to prime my eyelids, the Maybelline Fit Me one. And this one is super, super full coverage. I feel like I need to get a lighter shade. But highlighting your under eyes is basically like just brightening your under eyes. So your eyes won't look as dark if you have any dark circles. This method helps super, super much if you have dark circles. Just cover them babies up. And once again with my sponge, contour and bronze up my face to bring more light back and to really define my cheekbones. I like to go in with my Wet n Wild, and with my Wet n Wild palette, this one is in shade Caramel Toffee. Oh my gosh, if I could open it. I like to go in with this shade to bronze up my face, and to bronze up my face I like to use this BH Cosmetics brush in shade and style in the brush number 31. Very defined contour brush, super to get really in your cheekbones. So now just going in circular motions and really blending this out on the outer of your face to bring light back and to just make your cheeks and your forehead look a little slimmer. And what I like to do, I just like to go in circular motions. Circular motions. I feel like for everything that I usually do, including my eyeshadow, I always do circular motions. I forgot if I talked about how I even applied my eyeshadow. Kind of just went into details about placing eyeshadow, but the way I apply my eyeshadow, I'll show you guys in a tad bit. Trying to bronze up, trying to bring some light back. I'm already pale enough. So I like to put some on my chin right here to kind of like hide my double chin, and also kind of gives you like a shadow, so it makes you look like a little thinner. Now it can be messy because we're gonna go back and clean it up, so I'm gonna go back in with my Airspun powder, grabbing my sponge and cutting it. This is the part that I say cut because it makes you look like an actual cut. This process makes your contour look cut and sharp and clean. So that's why I said it's fine if you like mess it up, because eventually we're gonna go back in with the powder and cut it up. So we're gonna let that like basically bake in and set in for a little bit. As I was saying though, with my eyeshadow, I always go in like circular motions. I should have gone into details, but whenever applying like my crease shade, you guys saw me going back in with windshield motion, so back and forth, in and out, in, out. And then whenever it comes to applying my outer corner, for example, I just like stomp the brown shadow and then going in with the same brush and just blending in and out, in and out, in and out. I feel like that's like the best method I can actually give you guys. As still baking in, I'm gonna go in with blush. Now blush is just to like bring some pinkness to your cheeks, and when you smile you can like see and notice like some within blush or like within pinkness. Blush, I'm gonna be using the Milani blush, and this one is in Luminoso. This one is like incredible. I absolutely love using this blush. Like I said, it gives you like a really nice pinky look to your cheekbones. Now I'm gonna go in with my fat brush, and this one is by BH Cosmetics, and this one is in 35, and just dust off any powder that we applied. So I like just to run this all over my face to really just dust off anything A lot of people don't like to apply highlighter, and which is perfectly fine because a bunch of people say it just looks like a streak. You just really need to learn how to blend it in more. So what I like to use, I like to go in with my Wet n Wild P75 highlighting brush. They recently came out with this new collection, which is so amazing, guys. One of my favorite drugstore highlighters is this one by e.l.f. This one is in Moonlight Pearls, and it's just beautiful, guys. Like, I'm just gonna quickly... It is absolutely beautiful. And before I apply my highlighter, since we applied so much powder, so much makeup to our face, you might right now feel like, oh, I have like a bunch of makeup on. But what I like to do, I like to go in with any type of spray. You can go back with your setting spray. You can go in with your Maro Badescu spray. I absolutely love this spray for anything, just to hydrate my face a little more. This step also is going to make your face look less cakey. So what I like to do, I like to really push the spray in, push the product all the way in your face, and keep with my sponge. And at this time my face is kind of like still wet, so I like to go in with my highlighter, and on top of my cheekbone I like to apply my highlight. And what I like to do, I like to go in circular motions and just blend this out. And then I like to carry this on to the top of my brow. I like to apply some to the tip of my nose. A little bit to the bridge. A little bit on my chin. Real quick, jump into my eyes and apply some lower mascara to my eyelashes. For lips, I'm still trying to take this foundation off. So for lips, I like to just go always with a nude. So either like a nude or like a pinky nude. For today, I'm going to go with like a pinky nude, and I'm going to use the Milani 61 Matte Naked lipstick, and it's just like a pinky nude. I'll swatch it. It's a really, really pretty pinky nude. So I like to just go in, and this is matte. It depends if you guys wanted a matte look or a glossy look. My favorite gloss is the e.l.f. Champagne Glam gloss, and this one is like a lip plumping, so it makes your lips look a little more plump. We're finally done, but there's one more thing that I forgot to do. To set everything, I'm going to go in with my Milani Make It Last setting spray. I absolutely love this setting spray. It's a 16-hour spray. I never wore my makeup for 16 hours, but it literally lasts the whole entire day while you're sweating, while you're sitting down on the couch, while you're doing whatever you are doing, girl. This literally is the way to go. I've used this one multiple times. I mostly use this to emphasize any eyeshadow. For example, the shimmery shadow that we wanted to be more popped out, I spray this one. But for my whole face, I like to go in with the Make It Last by Milani. And lastly, going with my sponge and just push everything in, just lock it into place. Loves, this is the final look that I created. This is a really beginner friendly makeup tutorial, everything included. Honestly, I use this makeup whenever I'm on the go. I feel like I always recommend these products, these drugstore products, to everyone. I feel like they come so handy, and you don't need to purchase expensive makeup to have a good outcome, a good makeup outcome. I feel like it's just more of like the application, and that's what I try to use this. That's why I try to create this video, show you guys some tips and some tricks to apply lashes, to apply the eyeshadow, to apply your face makeup. I really hope this video was helpful, and if it was, don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up. It would mean the world to me. And also be subscribed to my channel as well. Click the bell notification button, which is right next to it, so you can be notified whenever I upload. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys on my next one. Bye, babes!